Hey guys, I hope you're keeping well. Today I just want to share a quick video on the value of showing genuine interest in people. I think that this is one of the best ways that we can maybe strengthen our current social situation or strengthen the connections that we already have, or maybe even be able to expand uh, our circle, our social circle. The importance of showing genuine interest in people cannot be understated because fundamentally everyone wants to feel appreciated and genuinely valued and heard, and there's no better way to show to actually demonstrate this than by showing genuine interest in the other person. So how can we do this? One of the first ways is by paraphrasing. So if someone is sharing maybe a scenario, the best thing you can do is not just reflect back and verbatim what they're saying, but instead, if they're sharing a scenario, you'd want to kind of comprehend that and also re-articulate it in a different way. If they're sharing something about a difficult situation that they faced at work with such and such person, you'd want to maybe comprehend that, but also then paraphrase by saying, "Oh, it's clear that such and such person has been giving you an issue, and it's clear that you're very upset about this." And see, in this type of a scenario, you're not reflecting, but you're also showing the other person that you're understanding exactly what they said, and you're also kind of inferring, if they haven't already explicitly said, how they feel. So you're not only touching on their ability to be valued because you're showing that you're listening to the context, but you're also showing that you can empathize with whatever emotions that they may be going through. And this is why paraphrasing is so important. Another thing you'd want to do is you probably want to speak maybe 40% of the time, and then the other person will do 60% of the speaking. So you're probably doing 40% of the talking, 60% of the listening. And the reason this is important is because if the other person is talking a little bit more, then that gives them a little bit more of an opportunity to have a positive impression of you, because it shows that you're an active listener. You want to use this time to listen actively, not only paraphrase when it's your time to speak, but you also want to essentially remember the smaller details. I remember a while back, I spoke with a friend and he was going through a bit of a challenging situation. I brought up a detail from a couple years ago, and I said, "Hey, bro, this kind of links to what you shared a couple years ago. This detail," and I kind of linked it and kind of gave some suggestion on how what he applied a couple years ago, how it can apply to this, and he didn't even answer what I had to say, but instead he turned around, looked at me, and his eyes were beaming. And he was just smiling the most I've seen him smile. And the first thing he said is, "Bro, you know what I really appreciate about you? You listen. You're one of the few people that truly listens, and you even remember the smallest details. This is a detail that I barely even remember, and you brought it up and you linked it to this situation." And that moment kind of showed me that this is one of the best ways to make people feel genuinely heard, to remember small details that other people are not bothered to remember, but remember them in a way that genuinely makes them feel like they've been heard. Like you link it back in a later scenario and kind of bring it up again and say, "Hey, you mentioned this some months or years ago, and I can see how it links to this scenario." Remember, when you're showing genuine interest, the most important thing is showing genuine. That word is very important, genuine. You don't want to be just nodding and just half listening, maybe looking somewhere else. You want to look at that person, you want to paraphrase, you want to actively listen, you want to remember the small details, and you want to also ask questions that are a bit open-ended so the other person has more of an opportunity to expound on what they're saying. If you really want to develop your connections, I can't think of any better way than to show genuine interest. Um, when someone wants to feel heard, the first person that they'll go to will be you, and this is one of the best things you can do, because also in the future, if you're going through a thin time, you'll be able to go back to this person and also have some emotional support. And there's nothing that's more important than the connections that we have on earth, whether they be through friends or family, professional connections. So I hope that this video was insightful for you in any way, and if it was, then I hope that you're able to apply some of these tips to your personal life with your own connections. Yeah, I hope this was helpful, and hope to see you around in the future. Bye.